All right, for the people who don't know, man, who we got on Day Day TV, man?
My name is AO Productions. My name is, my government name is Austin, but AO Productions is AO Austin Ober Productions.
For sure. Now, my first question would be like, what's your name? But obviously, AO, that's your initial. So my first question is, what originally is you from, man?
I was born in Richfield, Minnesota. That's where I grew up. I did relocate a couple times, but for the most part, I stayed in Richfield. That's where I'm at now as well.
Now, growing up in Richfield, how was it? Like, what was like your everyday life like and growing up in Richfield?
Wasn't too bad. I mean, it was, same thing growing up, anywhere. I mean, obviously there's other parts of the city that's worse than others, but we had our ups and downs with everything. It wasn't too bad though. Definitely wasn't too bad.
Now, what's a few schools you went to? I should ask.
I grew up going to Richfield, but I transferred to Edina, and that's where I graduated from. I transferred there in 8th grade, and like I said, I graduated from there in 2014.
Okay. So when and what made you want to start shooting videos?
So in high school, in 12th grade, I took a photography class, a film photography class, and I had a film camera that I had bought for that class, and I really liked that class. I liked photography, and that's what I started doing photography and all that. But when I then in middle through the school year, my house got broken into by some friends by some people that I called my friends and I trusted. And I guess the reason I knew it was them people was because it was something specific that stood out to me as soon as I walked in the crib. I didn't notice it was broken into up until I walked in my room and I saw where only a couple people knew where I put my money at when what I was doing. I put my money in a shoebox in my drawer. And that was the first thing I noticed. It was all rambled through, and I looked at it. I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I went through the house, and I saw a window was busted open, and there was a couple other things missing. Of course, some of my dad's stuff, my brother's stuff, and bothersome. But I overcame that, and I had a friend, my friend Khalik. He had a Canon T2i that I talked to my teacher, and she wasn't too ecstatic about me not having a film camera, but I told her I couldn't really afford that at the moment. My friend had gave me the camera and I paid him off, slowly but surely, and I got to use that camera, and it was I believe a DSLR, so it was capable of shooting video as well, and that's how that all started, or that's where that began.
For sure. Did that change like your perspective on like friends or like close people who you would call like like your peoples?
Most definitely. I mean, the people that did it wasn't my close friends, but I grew up with them since, then I was like 7 or 8. I was always kicking it with the older kids, thinking I was cool, and who doesn't want to kick it with somebody that's 3-4 years older than him? But yeah. Obviously it wasn't the best for me. It definitely changed my perspective on a lot of things though. And as I got older, it kind of molded me as who I am today.
For sure, because I know like people always think like it's always my day ones, but it's really never that. Like you don't gotta know them since 5 or 6, because those really the ones who really be crossing you. Like
day one has different meanings to it. Day one is who was real from the day one that you started kicking it with. For sure.